Okay, so let's take a look at how you can create autonomous database warehouse. So if you go to the dashboard, you will be seeing option to create ADW database, right? So if you click on create an ADW database option, it should point you to page like this, right? Now here you can see this service is eligible for free tier, right? So you have a compartment which is your root compartment in my case. Then you have display name. You can change this to a friendly resource name, right? So I will use autonomous database warehouse for DevNami. Then you have option to change the database name, right? The name must contains letters, numbers, right? Maximum 30 characters. So I will pick name of my company again. Now here you have workload options, right? So data warehouse is what I have selected by default. There is also transaction processing, which is for running queries and mix workload, right? Then there is JSON database, which is your typical NoSQL database. Then comes Apex, right? So if you are creating app on cloud, then you would benefit from this, right? So this instance you will get one instance free with your free tier, right? So you have like two autonomous databases, right? So I'm creating one data warehouse, can do the same and choose from one of these three, right? Then comes your deployment type, right? So here we have like shared infrastructure, can use dedicated, but that's not what we have selected. Then comes the configure database option. Here I'm choosing always free option, right? So other non-paid would be gone, right? If you choose your option non-free, then you get like 1 TB storage and like 1 CPU, which you can increase, decrease, and price would change. So if I choose like always free options, then my database version will reduce down to 19C. I don't get CPU scaling and auto scaling option. 0.02 terabyte, which is like 20 GB of storage I get for this particular warehouse, which is good enough for me just to test things out. Now here you can see admin is the username, which can't be edited, right? Here I get only the option to add the password. Then we will move on to next features, but before that let me add the password. And next thing would be choosing network access. Here you can see secure access from everywhere, so I'm not limited to using my own VCN or IPs. I can use any access option. Now here you also get one more option is license and database edition. So license included is by default selected for me because the database is old, 19C, and for my region that's the only database available. There is option for bring your own license, but considering I'm choosing all free options, that is unselected for me. There is also require mutual TLS authentication. So in this particular phase, what will happen is that it will allow me to download one credentials file along with the password that I am going to add here. And once the database created and it offers me the access, I will have to use one of that particular zip file along with password to access my warehouse credentials, right? So that's one thing Another thing is provide context for operational notification and announcement, right? So here, so contacts in this list receive operational notices, announcement, as well as unplanned maintenance. You can add something here, or you can simply ignore that. There are also advanced options like encryption key, use encrypt using Oracle managed key, or using customer managed key in tenancy, or encrypt using customer managed key in different tenancy. There is also maintenance tab. You can not select this because we are on free database option. Also the tag option is there, but I'm not choosing to use it, right? So I will just hide the advanced option and I will move to create autonomous database, right? So it will start, it will take me to another page, right? Now here it is provisioning, but once available it will say running or available. So I will wait for that to happen. Meanwhile, we can look around. You can see the general information, database name, warehouse, then your compartment, etc, etc, and storage. It is mentioned 20 GB. License included, database version 19C, lifecycle provisioning. Currently it is free, you can upgrade to paid, and storage can be increased. There is also Apex instance that is attached to this particular warehouse, which is with instance name ADWD, right? And once you use that, you would be able to also do your Apex app hosting on this particular warehouse instance, right? There is also dedicated infrastructure set to know, also data guard, which is paid feature. Then we have backup option, which is also not active, right? There is access type, allows access from everywhere, which we set during the wizard. And then here you see access control list disabled, and MTLS, which we will see shortly, is also required, right? There is patch level regular, and then next maintenance is on Saturday, March 423. Okay, now currently we don't have data safe notifications, so we are not registering for that. Also Oracle managed encryption. Now after going through all of this, you can see that our instance for autonomous database is available. So I created one warehouse in Oracle Cloud. So more action we can take. Here we can see manage encryption key, right? And you can also take a look at options like update display name, upgrade, then create clone, start stop instance, admin password change, update license and Oracle database edition, manage encryption key, performance, database connection, and manage scaling. There is also database actions option where you can see launch database actions. So we will let it load, but currently we disabled the pop-up, so it didn't move to another page. It will ask me to basically use the admin password and log into database actions. So now what I will do is I will go to autonomous database page, and here you see my autonomous database always available is set to free, and I can access it. Storage, compute instance, dedicated, everything is there. Now you can take a look at this option here where you can see view details, move resource, copy OCID, and terminate, right? So you have like those options. There is also one more thing, which is compartment. So if you are setting any particular compartment for your warehouse, then you can sort it as per that. So if you have like 10 warehouses, you can sort them based on their use case compartment and they will be sorted. There is also workload type, right? Currently I am choosing data warehouse, which would by default show this particular warehouse. You choose say JSON or Apex, then it will also filter if there were any, then there is state. So if it's available, it will show you provisioning, recreating, restarting. You can filter as per that. There are also other tag filters. So there was one option that I mentioned you in advanced option for tags. You can actually include tags and then filter according to those tags. So that is possible when you have lot of databases to handle, and also you would be using tags if you want to filter a particular set of instances based on their use case. So like finance based autonomous database warehouse would be separate from sales and marketing, right? Like this you can sort them out. If you want to go to particular database warehouse, you can simply click on display name, go there, right? Then you have your OCID which you can copy, right? And then you have mutual TLS to check as well, right? So below you can also see its monitoring metrics, right? Then apart from that, you have options to database connection, where you can see here you get option to check the wallet connection strings, right? Mutual TLS as you can view. Simply you will have to copy the TNS names, high, low, medium, right? And then you can basically use that to access your SQL developer, right? So that particular ID is something we use for handling our database. So here we already created all of that, and we just need one mutual TLS file, as you can see, that to connect to your SQL developer. Then you are pretty much done.